Check Your Health is brought to you in part by Intermountain Healthcare and the Utah Department of Health.
Welcome back. You know, school is back in session, or close to being back in session. High school football's first games, I think 2 weeks. Actually, I think there might be one this Friday. That's right. So, yes, University of Utah coming up in 2 weeks. So, yeah, we're in full force, and that means, you know, kids can get hurt. We're talking specifically today about concussions. And I have Dan Simmons here from Utah Valley Physical Therapy. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. Okay, and we're going to talk about physical therapy as a way, I guess, to help someone who's had a concussion, right?
Yeah, it's a component of an intervention that can take place. It definitely is helpful to address some of the symptoms that people end up with. Initially, when you think about a concussion, people think about a loss of consciousness. That's not always the case. It may be nausea, dizziness, headaches, fatigue. Sometimes people can't sleep. Sometimes they might sleep 18 hours a day. It's just all part of the healing process.
So how does physical therapy come in and help that?
Well, there's kind of two components. The actual injury is the intracranial, or inside the brain. That's the concussion part. It's hard for anybody to really get inside there and do anything. I have a little ball here that kind of helps to demonstrate that.
Okay.
So normal state pre-concussion. So as soon as you give the brain a whack, everything is out of, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And it takes time for that to calm down.
It's got to calm down.
It has to calm down.
I guess the best thing for that is just like total inactivity, right?
It really is. And so, but you make the decision, no, I got to go to work today. So you kind of stir the pot a little more. I'm going to go to class and study, or, you know, I want to watch TV or play a video game, and it never settles down. So we can't really do anything inside, but what we can do as therapists is to work with the extracranial, or the things that are going on, the headaches, the stiffness in the neck.
So, for example, what would you do as part of physical therapy? If I come in, I have a concussion, and I have the headaches, so what would you do?
We have some hands-on interventions that we would go through, working specifically with the neck. There's something called a trigger point. It's an area where you have a problem with the muscle that refers pain to the head, causing the headache. So we find those trigger points, we focus on them, help them to calm down through hands-on manual intervention. Sometimes modalities, we find ice is very helpful for that. People don't think about ice being very good on the neck, but it's very good with the concussion.
What about ibuprofen?
Ibuprofen is actually, I would let the doctors prescribe more of that, but you know, typically anytime somebody has an injury, they tend to reach for the ibuprofen.
Yeah, and that's why I asked that question. Does that have any impact on a...
With the concussion, we're dealing with what we're doing with the headaches, not directly. It can actually, more than Tylenol. The ibuprofen itself tends to relax the muscles right at the back of the neck where that pain is coming from and originating at.
Okay, so where can folks go for more information on that physical therapy part?
Physical therapy, they could look up the APTA, the American Physical Therapy Association, and do research into that. We have clinics here locally throughout Intermountain Healthcare that are treating concussions.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Dan. Appreciate you coming in. That's some great information, kind of another angle on concussions. Okay. Well, you know what, Lindsay? I'm starting to get a headache with all this smoke.